Welcome back to the channel, folks. Today we're going to talk about a group build that's going on and ends on 4th of July weekend. So, Joe's sRustShop is hosting a 70 Dodge Challenger group build. Build it however you see fit, but you have to start with this kit. Does not have to be a brand new one. It can be a rebuilder, etc. Parts kit, whatever you want it to be. But it has to start with the 70 Dodge Challenger. Now, I don't know the specifics of can you use the AMT version, and there's a few other brands out there that also have a 70 Challenger. But for the most part, this is the kit that was chosen, the 70 Dodge Challenger TA. And of these four kits, I have not bought or built the yellow one, which means I do not have this stock hood and I do not have this body line stripe, which is fine because it's the same exact kit. But I do have a couple of these, and a few of these. So this one here I have as, I bought a couple of them as rebuilders a while back, and I've been looking for my box that has more parts cars in them along with some of these. But anyway, this is the car that I have chosen to take apart.
What you talking about, Willis?
As you can see here, I have completely disassembled everything. The interior and body were dustier than the seats, or as dusty, because the whole thing was extremely dusty. But I did wash the body off. I did clean the interior out. I do now have the seats washed. I took the heads and intake off of the motor along with distributor, the radiator and hose. This one leaf spring was broken on the passenger side, which I have since fixed. Basically, and I had to grind out the middle between the windows to get the glass out of the car, which is good that they didn't glue around the front or down the pillars, so I was able to pull that out. The rear bumper here did break off, and the other half is still in the body, which is fine. Once I got it glued in there, I got a little tiny filler panel to fix in there so that I can get my tail light back in and stuff thereof. The grill, it is currently black, or it was currently black, but I did paint it because this will probably end up being the more of a darker charcoal gray, which is the plastic color that the real cars use. The motor, I did think about doing it in the baby blue, but I do not believe it was ever baby blue in a Challenger. That's, yeah, I think it was like 68 when they stopped and went more to orange, I'm guessing. I am a Mopar fan, but not a big Mopar buff, but anyway. So anyway, I don't have a whole lot of pictures of this one as when it started and where I'm at now yet, but I will get to some of that. This is just an update video that I am in on the 70 Challenger Joe sRustShop group build. The hood, I'm debating on sticking with this one with this normal scoop on it. Yeah, I'm not really looking to put the super dual carburetor intake on it, the tunnel ram. I do like the 6-pack. I think it works fine for the car. Ride height wise, I wouldn't mind lowering it just a little bit, but I might just do that with a little bit smaller sidewall on the tires. I might lower the back of the suspension, but then it hits right here in the channel. So I'll have to debate on that one if I do or don't want to lower it some. But I'm not too worried about that because the ride height on the car factory is pretty decent. So anyway, I set out, I completely sanded down the entire body. I did glue my front and rear back on there, so this is one solid piece. And I went out and I spray painted it. That's right. This is my rusting technique. It's on a silver base or a chrome metallic, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. And there's reasons for that. And then I shot it with some brown, a little bit of some burgundy mist, a little bit of some black, and some coppery brass color. And then retone with some more burgundy and some more browns and some more gold, and kind of got this very speckled looking color. But as you can see here, it's actually pretty smooth for what it is, which is one of the reasons for the silver in the base. Now this is reflection, this isn't silver, this is just reflection. But as I'm sanding these high edges here and there, if I go too far, the silver will expose, which would be bare metal, you know. And just because this whole thing is covered in, let's call it rust, speckled egg rust, as you can see, it does look pretty good. But I do have a plan for all of this, and I thought about doing vanishing paint, the road.
What the hell are you on?
What the hell are
Have
you
you
on?
been smoking some funny cigarettes or something?
Kill 70 Challenger in green, but I do not have that green. And of all the rarest colors for this car, it was a green. I'd have to look it back up, but it wasn't Sassy Grass or Sublime. It was a different color, but it was a green. It was a grass something. But anyway, my plan for this is going to be kept secret for a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what color I want to do on the interior yet. I don't think I want to do black because it's just too dark. I'm thinking maybe more, I don't know, maybe an off-white cream almond type of color, desert beige tan, which I do think looks good on almost any color. I'm not really sure of white because the dash, the carpet stay black no matter what on a white interior on these cars. And it would pop regardless what color I do, but I think I'm going to go a little different than all of that. This picture is a little too close and blurry, but you can see it has the same speckling effect. Here you can see a little more of the gold in there. The whole front suspension area, I will be painting most of this in black, just simply because, and these frame rails are technically part of the underbody, so they're not technically frame rails, whereas this one I do believe you can unbolt it and pull off. Well, technically no, this is actually part of the whole frame, and the inner fender wells are mounted to this and everything, so this may all stay normal, but the K-bar will be painted black. It won't remain rusted. Gas tank will get picked out, and then of course all the little brake lines and things thereof. Chrome trim, basic stuff. Under the hood, just keeping it simple. Might do spark plug wires and leave it at that. I'm not too concerned with high detail on this car. Over the years, I have built numerous of these. We have here a baby blue version of it with a two-tone dark and light blue interior, which turned out pretty decent. As you can see, picked out the brake lines and things thereof. This will be similar to what I'm going with, except for the K-bar will probably be black. The axle will be black. The springs will be more of a graphite gray. I will be using the stock exhaust simply because I do like it on the car with the side exhaust. And other than that, like I said, I will not be using the 2-carb tunnel ram. That's just one of those versions. Let's see, this one here would have been an AMT version, which, it's still 70 Challenger, but it's technically not the right car because it's a different brand. This one is also an AMT version. There we go. Now this is my completely factory white interior, black carpet, black dash. Everything else looks pretty normal. A little bit of wood graining here, and in the dash. It's got the 340 6-pack on it. This is very close to what I'll be planning with my motor, except for I do plan to keep the valve covers orange as well. And pretty much it will look similar to this underneath. And this one turned out to be a gorgeous car. white letter tires. They do look good on there. As I had mentioned, the stance is pretty close to the way I like it with this way. It's just low enough. It could come down maybe this far, which really isn't much, and that's all in sidewall. So depending on what I find for rims, because I might not stick with the stock ones. I have a drawer full of about 40 sets of these, if not more. But this is a wonderful car, a wonderful kit. It's really, it's one of the, if I was to suggest a kit to a newcomer, this would definitely be one of the top 5 Mopar Revell kits I would suggest to any new builder. Parts are simple, they go together well, and they finish up gorgeous. But anyway, that's all kind of beside the point. And this was a partner build. I had built the blue one, she had built the pink one, and then we traded. And I'm glad to have the pink one because you don't always see them in Panther Pink. And I don't technically have Panther Pink in my collection other than this car, but I mean in my paint collection, I should say. But I had done mine in the metallic blue and then pinstriped all around the seats and everything, giving it a little bit of a muscle car show rod look. They both turned out pretty damn good. But as you can see, here's another one of the older style. And there's the AMT version. I really like them rims on there. I thought they looked really good. And as you can see, these BFGs would slam it down, even though this is the AMT version. A lot of these were some way older builds. Black with tan interior. As you can see, that was somewhat box stock aside from the wheels and tires. And that's another one of the burgundy style cars. Not the best pictures, these were way old cameras. And there's another box stock, but I used the dart rims on it because I could. And it don't look too bad, you know, not necessarily factory stock. And of course another AMT version, my little purple elephant. So anyway, if you got time and you're up to it, don't forget to swing over to Joe's sRustShop, take a look at his video, check it out, jump in the 70 Challenger group build. Meanwhile, I'm going to get my butt back to the desk so I can keep doing what I'm doing. Probably take some more pictures, get ready for the next upcoming video, which will be a few days or whatever, and we shall see you again next time. So until then, have a great one.